Hey everyone, what's going on today? I am trying to get my, oops, there we go. I'm trying to go live on Instagram. Yes, there we go. I think we're good. I'm using this thing again. So I'm trying to go live on Instagram and also on Facebook and on my YouTube channel. So everything is not done all together what I want to do for this show that I'm going to do weekly, but it's done enough. Done is better than perfect, as we say. So I am Carol J. Dunlop, your online wow strategist. Thank you for being here. If you're listening live, if you're on the replay, it's good to have you here. So I am known as the online wow strategist, and I'm a 10-time Amazon best-selling author. And I did lives for 5 years straight, and then I took all the lives that I did and I put them into my Unmarketing Academy that is going on right now. And so I stopped doing live stuff. I was still doing master classes and all that. But now I want to do lives again. I kind of missed it. I kind of missed that interaction or just doing a live anyway. So today, what are we talking about for today? We're talking about 5 strategies that you need to prep for 2026 now that we have time because we're almost to Thanksgiving. I think Thanksgiving is next week, right? So we're almost to Thanksgiving and we're almost to the end of the year. So if you're anything like me, you are prepping to get things together for 2026. Can you believe it's going to be 2026 in just a matter of weeks? Wow. Skipping over all things, Christmas, Thanksgiving, and New Year's and all that. So basically, what I want to do, I have 5 strategies to go over with you that you need to look at and start prepping for right now. So when January 1st hits, you are good to go. Whoa, I just knocked hold on one second. I just knocked my home mouse. I'm sorry, computer. I knocked my whole mouse on the ground, but I think it's okay. Let me see. I'll come back. Yes. I'm sorry about that. Sorry, mouse. Please don't act up on me. So, so we're going to go through these strategies now. So you can start thinking about what you need to prep and what you need to do and what you got to get out of the way, what emails you need to write, all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and get started without any further ado. Strategy number 1, I want you to audit your brand message. What is your message? What are you saying? What are you putting out there? How do you get clients? How do they know about you? And when they find you, what do they know about you? So does your current messaging, whatever you've been putting out all this year, does your current messaging still align with where you are going or where you want to be in 2026? And just think about it. What have you been telling people that you're going to do for them? How you're going to do it, when you're going to do it, how much it costs? And is that still the same thing that you want to do for 2026? Or do you want to combine some things? Do you want to cut out some stuff? Whatever it is, I want you to audit that and figure it out. And I also would love for you to let me know in the comments, write out your kind of quick little elevator pitch. So I want you to write out, I help who is your audience, do what statement. I help who, do what. So write that in the comments. And I will be looking at the comments and let you know what I think about it. So we need to get that done so that you're ready because your brand message is the thing that's going to help you succeed moving forward. We are doing that same thing as She Elevates Media. This is a project that 4 of us came together on, and we're helping entrepreneurs to shine brighter, make more money, increase their authority using their book, podcast, or summit. That's our basic thing, right? So it's 4 of us working all together on this as a team, getting this done. And we call our people Esthers. So if you think that you're Esther, you're Esther from the Bible. If you are akin to that, you're a woman entrepreneur, you're out there doing things, but you're not quite at the level that you want to be on, contact me and we will help you by either getting a book together for you or reimagining the book, podcast, or something that you have and get you to where you are making the money that you want to be making. So definitely audit your brand message to see, is that messaging still current or does it need work? The second strategy is to map your content pillars. I want you to choose 3 to 5 topics that you're going to own in 2026. Now, along with auditing your brand message, maybe you want to put some stuff in there that you haven't done, because this year I did some changes. My best unmarketing strategies was always create a best-selling book, host an influential podcast, and produce an expert summit. But I'm adding to that to create a bundle and using bundles as part of my marketing going forward. So I haven't figured out exactly what a bundle, it just gets you awareness, really. I mean, you're going to make money on it, of course. I don't do things that don't make me money, but of course you're going to make money on it, but it's for awareness as well, and collaboration and money making. It's for all those good things. So the pillars, I want you to choose 3 to 5 topics that you're going to own, like I said, and I want you to choose the pillars that those topics go under, or maybe the topics are the pillars and what you're going to talk about is underneath. And for instance, Creative Services International, which is a company my husband and I started over 31 years ago. Yay, us. Our pillars are website design, website security, and website marketing. Now, it's not just about the website, because what is a website? A website is the hub for your business. So you definitely want to showcase your hub in a wonderful, awesome way. And you want a website that makes people think, oh my God, where have you been all my life? Make them feel warm and cozy when they come to see you and all that good stuff. But you also want to make sure your website is up and running when you need it up and running, right? Yes, of course. And you want to make sure that nothing is trying to take it down, like malware, spammers, hackers, all that good stuff. And then the website marketing part is really marketing your business, because remember, your website is your business is your website, it's your hub. So you want to market it. And how do you market that? Think email marketing, social media marketing, think of live streaming like I'm doing now. So those are our pillars: website design, website security, and website marketing. And those 3 pillars are what I'm going to go deep into in 2026, even more than I have in the past 30 years or so. Because every year has been better and better, and I'm, niching it down a little bit more, figuring out better, faster ways to do things. So I want you to do that as well. Strategy number 3 is to set up at least one automation. So there are a couple of different automations that every single business needs. One is your welcome email sequence. When someone first joins your list, if they're just joining in there from something you put out on social media, there needs to be a welcome sequence to welcome them. Then the other thing you need is, how are people going to schedule with you? So I use Calendly as part of my automation sequence to get people from, hey, I just saw you on social media, to, hey, thank you for signing up for this discovery call type of thing. And then you need some type of payment automation. So how are the people going to pay you? How are they going to connect with you? How are they going to pay you? And what are you going to do when they do connect with you? How are you nurturing them? Because when people spend their money, they want to know that they spent their money with the right person and at the right time, in the right place, for the stuff that they want. So choose one of those automations and get it set up. So these automations is going to save you, 5 to 10 hours a month. And let me tell you how that came true for me. Before I got with Calendly and used scheduling things, because I was always looking for something. But before I got with them, it was always like, hey, I want to meet with you. Okay, when can you meet? Okay, Tuesday at 4. Okay, no, I can't meet Tuesday at 4. How about Wednesday at 6? How about Friday at 2? It was just too much back and forth. And you had to wait on the email or the message or whatever. You don't have to do any of that when you get the right scheduling automation going. I love Calendly. I've used Calendly, I want to say, since maybe like 2015 or so, because I started using it in my personal training business, and then it just carried over. So I don't have to do that back and forth dance. I just send them the link. They schedule when they want to have a session with me. They choose from the sessions I've already picked out. Most of the time, I just send them one specific link, like a brand strategy or something like that, whatever the link is. Or it could be an online wow session, or it could be a virtual coffee. Usually I'm scheduling the link. I never have my whole calendar out there. Just pick one. No, you're scheduling for a certain reason. And when you come on with me, I know what we're going to talk about. And it's usually 30 to 45 minutes. And then it's see you later, or it's thank you for becoming a client. So it's going to end in one of those ways. Strategy number 4 is to build your relationship list. Who do you want to collaborate with in 2026? Are there people out there that you've been like, oh, I'd love to work with them. I'd love to do something with them. I'd love to do, a webinar, a master class, or whatever. I've just been wanting to work with them for a long time. Get your list together. Maybe come up with 4 or 5 people that you'd really love to work with, and then see how y'all can get things together. On my recent summit, the Power of Your Story Summit, one of the people that I met for the very first time, when we got on the interview, we just immediately clicked on, gosh, this is great. She does automations. I do marketing and automations as well. So we said, okay, what we need to do is we need to, first of all, I need to get her on my podcast. I'm sending her that information. And then we're going to meet to talk about the things that we can do together to introduce ourselves to each other's audience. Because that's the whole name of the game. I want to be introduced to your audience, and you want to be introduced to my audience, because I am not the end all be all to everybody in my audience, and she probably isn't either. But together we can be the end all and be all for everything. So who do you want to work with, and who do you want to learn from? Because sometimes it's not about working with them. Sometimes it's just about learning from them. And do you have anybody that you feel like, oh my gosh, they're so awesome, I want to learn things? Well, put that person on your list. And I want whoever, when you finish that list, it shouldn't take you that long, maybe an hour or so, to come up with 3 or 4 people who you really want to get in touch with, collaborate with, learn from. Get that list together and then reach out to them. Don't just put the list off in the side like I do sometimes. You know how we do with things we write down. We don't ever go back to it, but we need to. So make the list and go and find the people. So if you're looking for a great place to collaborate, my Unmarketing Academy is a place to be, because I'm doing a lot of upgrades to the Academy. We're adding twice a month in virtual in-person coaching sessions, and I have my my courses. I'm moving my 5 big courses over there, and the members will have access to that. And we've got just a great community. So if you want to know more about the Academy, that's going to be coming up a little bit later. And I can tell you that you can go to unmarketedbusiness.com/join to check that out. And then the 5th strategy is choose your revenue focus. What is the one main offer that you want to do for Q1, January, February, and March? What do you want to be selling for that quarter? What are you going to do? Is this a great time to put your funnel into play? Is this a great time to launch that new program or revised course or whatever? I know what I'm going to be doing. In January, I am releasing the From Hidden to Higher Income Summit. I did a version of the summit a couple of years ago, but this is totally new, reimagined. It's going to be awesome. I'm actually starting to work on it and get the speakers in now. So if you are interested in speaking at my Hidden to Higher Income Summit, which talks all about authority marketing and the pillars of authority marketing, get in contact with me. We need to chat. So basically, there you have it. Let me go through them real quick. First one is to audit your brand message. Is your brand message stale, or is it still working for you? Can you tweak it a little bit for 2026? That's what you need to do. The second strategy is to map out your content pillars. And basically, It's mapping out what you're going to be talking about the whole year. What are you going to be talking about? Thanks for the heart. I appreciate it. So if you don't know what you're going to be talking about, let's map that out right now. Put it down in writing so that you know what you're going to be doing. As I said, our pillars: web design, website security, and website marketing. And then I got so many little streams that come from that stuff. The third one is set up one automation. Now you really need three, but set up one of these, maybe a scheduling software and figure out how that works, a payment thing, and a welcome sequence. So you need all three of those, but figure out the one you want to do. Maybe the payment thing is the one you want to tackle first. How are you getting paid? And along with that, there's that F word, funnel, that you can put in there, right? So not only are you getting paid, but how can you add to that bottom line amount? Like if someone comes in for something free and then they pay $10 with you, and then you offer them something else that's higher than that, instead of just walking away with no money, you might walk away with a couple of $100. I've seen that happen many, many times. So set up one of those automations, get that done. Strategy number 4 is to build your relationship list. Who do you want to work with? Who do you want to learn from? Doesn't matter. Maybe even who you want to get on your podcast, because you can work with them and learn from them as well. Because that's what I use my podcast for: awareness, letting people know that I'm out there, talking to people and knowing what they're about, letting them know what I'm about. And we have a great time on our podcast. So maybe that's something you should think about in 2026. And then the final one is to choose your revenue focus. What is this big thing that you're doing in Q1 that's going to set you up for the rest of the year? I have a little story for you. In Q1 of this year, 2025, it was going to be my big thing to bring back my bestseller lab program. But y'all know, with all the things that were going on at the very beginning of the year, with the new administration and the new this and the new that and new all that stuff, nobody was trying to pay any money out. So that kind of went down the tank, and I got into a little slump there. But I had to pick myself back up out of that, turn to God. He was like, we're not having none of that. Let's reimagine. Let's redo what you need to be doing. Let's refocus. And this is kind of what I did in the middle of the year. So I don't want y'all to wait till the middle of the year and go, oh my God, what am I going to do for the rest of 2026? I want you to have it made now, so that when you go in there into 2026, and you're looking like you might have to pivot on something, like this thing didn't work out. Well, so what? It didn't work out. Let's go do something else. Pull something else from that. And for me, it took me a couple of months. And it wasn't until like June that I really got focused. And that's when I put out my first bundle. Things just went crazy from there. Crazy good. I put out the bundle. I got sponsors. I sold, pieces of the bundle and the upgrades and all of that. And from there, I did my masterclass, sold stuff on that. And then I launched my summit program, got people in there. So it's just been going. So even if you have everything all planned out, and this is just life, because life be life, and you have everything all planned out, you think, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? Because something happens to throw you off track, or you feel like you don't want to do this anymore. That's all right. Have a pivot. Do that. So these are all the strategies that I'm working on. I hope you're working on them as well. And thank you for tuning in. And I will see you now next Thursday. We're going to be eating turkey or something, because I ain't going to be on here. But this is kind of a test run for me. I'm loving StreamYard. I'm looking at 2 separate screens right now. And I love it, because now you can do the portrait and you can do landscape at the same doggone time. And I'm actually broadcasting to our CSI Facebook page, my Unmarket Your Business YouTube channel, and our CSI Instagram. So that is amazing. That is a great way to start 2026 with power and knowing that you can get out there and tell people what you're about, which is what marketing is all about. And that's what I do. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. And I promise this will be more polished when I come on regularly. Or maybe it won't. I don't know. Because you know how we are. We just hanging out with a girlfriend chat, right? But thank you so much. And I will see you next time. Bye for now.